Welcome to the Gus Alva Perspective, a video cast that's earmarked to address abundance and gratitude. That should be the mindset that we tackle on. As a board certified psychiatrist, oftentimes I'll encourage my patients to embrace this mentality, which is completely opposite of a mindset of fear and scarcity, where individuals oftentimes end up paralyzed and unable to do the different things that they're seeking out to do. The topic that I wanted to address today is really what heals your soul, and music happens to be that very salve. Uh, when we take a look at gratitude, it's in having supplemental aids at accomplishing things. And music is certainly one of those vehicles that can help us along the lines of evoking more motivation, invigoration, and inspiration. If you don't believe me, think back. Anytime that you were involved with some sort of a routine where you needed a little bit more inspiration, what do you fall back on? If you heard a particular tune that you really enjoyed, all of a sudden you were more in the moment, you were like ready to go. And memories oftentimes get triggered through the vehicle of music. I can certainly think of multiple times where I've been meandering about a certain place and I hear a particular musical piece, and it all of a sudden sends me back to my junior high school days or my high school days or my infancy or last week. And think of the reflection of the joy that one feels when great music's being played. Oftentimes dancing is that very vehicle where we get this amazing sense of being propelled in space so as to be moving with the rhythm of what we're hearing. And even in competitive sports, you oftentimes hear a particular anthem that's being played right before a big game, right? Trying to charge people up. I remember being in my high school gym, and prior to our football games, obviously the coach would inspire us with this eloquent discourse, but always there was some type of music that was playing in the background, so as to be able to pump people up and feel that sense of adrenaline coursing through one's body. So the important thing here is that melodies carry so much more than just bars and signs that can be played and that can be repeated by musicians. They oftentimes evoke a great degree of joy. Think of different times in the year in which we hear particular sonnets, particular pieces of music that then all of a sudden inspire us, right? Obviously, if you think of Christmas time, it's almost like, oh my gosh, it's nonstop Christmas music. But there's certainly other times like the 4th of July when you hear sonnets of, again, the national anthem being played out. And there's almost a sense of pride. Prior to athletic events, oftentimes there is that national anthem that's being played also, and it instills a sense of honor and a sense of inspiration and a desire to actually go out and excel and compete and do more. So the neat thing is that music can be either calming and soothing. We sometimes will set back different melodies. Think of going to your dentist's office or their doctor's office, and oftentimes being met by mellow music. You go to a club, and obviously now the music's going to be thumping and driving and creating a different mindset for you. Um, Different shows that we watch, movies that we see, oftentimes also get intermingled with different melodies that are evocative of either feeling good or feeling bad. And even when we have a discourse where we're having a specific dialogue with other people, sometimes it can be quite inspiring when certain sets of music are there. I don't know if you've got a particular Shazam kind of file, or you utilize either Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, but nowadays it's so easy to be able to latch on to particular pieces of music and help people have an understanding of your frame of mind as you're trying to discuss a certain point. give you an example of that, it's really neat just being able to say, hey, listen, you know what? I'm going to further your education about music by helping you, you know, pick up on certain genres of music that you've not necessarily heard before. And music can certainly be a great unifying piece. I was just recently inspired by a couple of really neat movies that were biographies of individuals that unfortunately have passed, but have left us this legacy of great music also. And regardless of the type of music that one enjoys, um, or doesn't. There are certainly some people that are quite opinionated about what they like or don't like. We can certainly say that music is certainly one of those inspirational pieces that can help us with our daily routines and furthermore help propel us greatly. I think that one of the unifying themes of the shared experience of being a human is hearing good music and all of a sudden feeling this innate sense of rhythm where all of a sudden you're kind of bobbing back and forth over just the sheer joy of hearing things that are inspirational and motivational. So, a mindset of gratitude can certainly also be further fortified by things like music. And in this context, my reason for sharing this information is that I was just thinking about different things. And as people were having a conversation around a certain something or other, I kept thinking of different snippets of lyrics of different songs. And I just found it amusing that music shapes so much of who we are and how we do and how we respond. So I thank you right now for being with us and would certainly commend you on feeling inspired to replay that piece of music that you've not listened to recently that you particularly have a fondness for. Thank you for joining us on the Gus Alva Perspective.